I've been putting off making this video because we suffered a loss here at the farm that was pretty devastating for me. But in order for me to kind of fill you in on what's going on and keep you up to date, I gotta tell you the story. We have 2 new horses here at the farm. The brown, the bay gelding here, that's Clydesdale. He's 4 years old. His name is Nevin, which means little saint, and we got him out of Ohio. This other one next to me, that's a Percheron gelding. He's 14, so same age as Dozer. He is a rescue as well, and it's gonna take some time to rehabilitate him. That's Shulto, and both of them are broke to ride and drive. My herd is 3 horses, which is a dream come true. I've always wanted to have a herd of my own, but in order to make this happen, we suffered a horrible loss. I lost my Finnegan. Absolutely devastating. Finnegan wasn't just a horse. He wasn't just a horse that I rode. He was actually my partner. He taught me to drive, and I worked with him on the farm regularly. He passed very unexpectedly. If you follow me on other social media, you know that I had already kind of filled folks in on the details of what happened with Finn. Short of it is, I found him about 6:30 a.m. rolling in the mud, classic signs of colic. He was getting up though and appearing to be quite lame. Rushed the vet out. They said he needs to go to emergency surgery. Friends and acquaintances helped me to move heaven and earth to get a trailer. I don't show my horses. I don't travel with my horses. I think it's stressful, so I had to get a trailer. We got him into surgery about an hour later, and he died in surgery. It was just not something that was fixable at his age, unfortunately. His devastating loss. But despite grief, I had to scramble to find stablemates and herd mates for Dozer because she is prone to colic, and we want to keep her healthy and happy. Horses aren't meant to be alone. So I started right away pounding the pavement, looking at rescues, looking at auctions, and here we are. Shulto's been with us for about 4 weeks now. When he got here, he had a lot of lacerations, open wounds on his legs, a lot of swelling. We did have to put him on a round of antibiotics. He has put on weight successfully in the last 4 weeks, so that's good. He also has a lot of scarring and abrasions all over his top line, on his rear, and he's recovering. He's doing well. To do a lot of trust exercises with Shulto. He doesn't trust people. He finds safety, as all horses do, with other horses. It's really hard to get him comfortable out to be with me one-on-one, so we have not started working on riding and driving him yet. I am focusing on him coming out on the lead line, grazing, and feeling comfortable and knowing that I'm not going to beat the hell out of him while he's with me. Nevin there is originally from Owl Hollow Clydesdales, which is a very well-known Clydesdale breeder. He came from a loving family. He just needed a new home because they were downsizing, and found him on Facebook. Both horses I purchased sight unseen. Saw a lot of videos, a lot of photos, asked a lot of questions, vet paperwork, and here we are. I have ridden Nev. He is a saint. He's amazing. I can't believe he's only 4 years old. Dozer's doing really well. Shulto came first about 4 weeks ago, and she was over the moon to have him. Understandably, she was a bit of a wreck after we lost Finnegan, her best friend and stablemate of 7 years. So she was just really happy to have another horse here, despite the fact that I became her stablemate for a couple of weeks. Nevin here, she bosses him around. She knows that he's only 4 years old. She is not afraid to show that she is the boss mare of the herd. But I think she's just over the moon to actually have a herd. Even before I had her, she was with only one other horse. So it's an adjustment for everybody. The first 4 weeks here at the farm is no work, no riding, no driving, really. It's just about getting to know one another, me getting to learn maybe what they already know, what we're gonna work on, and then also for them to just learn feeding schedules, placement within their herd, what their role is, where our fields are. It's a very gentle integration into the homestead, but I think it relieves a lot of anxiety for everybody. What's a dog leash? Nev. He's such a baby. When we moved to the farm about 7-8 years ago, there was an old car garage, 3 stalls, and we converted it into the horse stable. So I had my stall for Finnegan, my stall for Dozer, and then I kind of had this big junk area. Well, I ended up finding Nevin and Shulto on the exact same day, and it became a very quick rush job to get a 3rd stall put together. So let me show you what we did. This is the 3rd stall, and there's Dozer's original stall, Finnegan's stall, which is now, they've kind of picked their own. We have Nevin, Dozer, and Shulto in the new space, which is good because he's biggest and it's got the highest header on it. But I gave myself a tack room out of the deal. This is my little tack space, an homage to Finnegan. We call it Finnegan's Tack and Feed. And I gave myself a little closet here, my feed, and tack. All right, I'm gonna go feed these guys their lunch. Clearly they're hungry. Thank you so much for tuning in.